Ooh. And we hot.
Back in the studio.
Happy New Year. Well, I guess that's when this will come out. It'll come out right after New Year's.
Yeah.
We're recording this and actually Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So, so if we're a little behind on the times, y'all probably done seen some pictures, but we're going to talk about a little trip we made to Dallas County. Maybe even talk about being a little bit of a GM mechanic tonight.
My first trip to Dallas County.
Oh, you'd never hunted in Dallas County?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well. Yeah, we decided we would take a trip. But before we get into that, no, it's New Year's. Your Christmas shopping better be done. Never mind. I'm kind of in Christmas mode because all this week has been Christmas lunch, Christmas dinner, Christmas this.
Well, we ate our little Christmas get-together
Yeah,
Friday
we had our get-together last Friday night. And
which that's kind of part of how the trip formed.
That's exactly right. So we had decided, since you had not ever killed a hog, never hunted a hog, have you?
Mm-mm.
And I got a lot of them down on our lease in Dallas County, northern Dallas County, hill country. It's not flatlands like Selma.
Not as swampy as I thought it would be.
Oh, I didn't carry
certain areas. I know.
I carry where it'd be waist deep mud. If you want to go, I'll take you down there.
But you had the hills,
Oh, I can carry you to the mud. I'll put you down there. We go turkey hunting. I'll tell you, go off down there and listen. We had some boys one time years ago. They didn't believe me and my old cousin. They trucked off down in there. And when they come back, they was muddy, chest deep. They said they couldn't get out. It just kept getting deeper. No, if they tried to go back the way they went. I said, I told you boys, you can't walk heading that down there. It's weird because where me and you hunted, it's pretty much creek. It only floods up in there. If you go, I don't know, probably 300 yards behind where I was hunting at, it turns into a muck swamp. You have to hunt high ground. You got to walk roots. And the creek runs through there, but it's so flat. I don't know, I guess the elevation changes. Something changes down there. It turns into a swamp.
Different soil.
Oh, bad. It's just, I don't know. It's just stays wet. But yeah, we had talked at dinner about maybe we just take off Saturday morning. I'm glad we left when we did early. I thought it was going to leave a little later in the morning, but if we had, we'd have been real late getting. Well, I don't know. We would have probably done it. We wouldn't have had time to run up to my property and put a little corn out. What do you think about my place?
Beautiful. Be real nice once I get down there and get the trees moved out.
Yeah, we got to tear that windrow out.
Maybe on that middle field, get that where you hung your tractor up, go ahead and just push your little road off there.
Yeah, all I was trying to do is try to open it up where deer could walk in that way. And because they do use that other side, but they were already coming across the old limbs and stuff where he'd pushed down through there. But it made it a whole lot easier for me to get walking in to get to that ladder stand I put up. And I think that's going to be a killer stand.
During the rut, that is going to be a hot little number there.
Well, we're only, 20, 25 days away.
And with that cold front next week, you can make it.
Well, after that little buck running them around, of course, they have them teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably a year and a half old. I don't know. Yeah, I would think so. I don't know. He didn't have brow tines, but he had, 3? I mean, he was small. He was too young to shoot. Now, he wouldn't be too young to shoot if it was last part of January and I ain't killed nothing.
Got to get a little seed and fertilizer money back.
I just want to, I've only killed a doe on that property. One. I shot that one. But
we seen sign. There's a couple of bucks running in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're in there. And I've got pictures of some good ones back in the fall, and I figure they'll be back. As long as those does stay in there, keep the pressure off, and
good food source, they'll be back.
Well, you saw the clover in that one. Well, all the fields have clover in it, but that one field, it's not. I put all of that back there in them sacks. I'm excited to see what it looks like come about April.
Yep.
Because if it don't work, I'm going right down here and I'm going to start trimming this clover off that I mow that grows, 6 inches high in a week.
Kill it.
You can't mow it down far enough. I could spray it Roundup and come back in 2 weeks. So,
we got to put some miles on the buggy.
Yeah. How many we end up with?
40, almost 50. It was right at 50, 47, 48 miles, and it had 13 when we left. That was the whole
That's
plan.
only an evening riding and a morning riding.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of property down there.
Yeah, and we didn't even see.
Oh, no. You didn't see nothing. You only saw one road.
Yeah.
We didn't go out Tower Road. It's a long road. I could have carried you out Bridge Road. That's the three big long
From what I seen, we could have went out hundreds of roads.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of riding you can do down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be worth you joining just so you could have a place to go and park and you go ride in the summertime.
Ride the buggy around.
Yeah, I mean, and say I don't even have to buy one. It's a 4-seater, so we take the women down there and
spend the weekend,
ride the forest.
Go to the Mexican restaurant.
You could ride hundreds of miles back there. I'm literally hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
I've circled around all the way to 219, and then there's another way around, and in a buggy you could get there. It gets a little squirrely in a vehicle, but it comes out over there, not too far down from the guy that's always throwing the party.
Mm-hmm.
Right past where we turn left to go back to Highway 22. If you go on down there, it makes a right, and you can come out right there. I have come out there on the Samurai before, but it was a long time ago, and we was a little bit nervous. So you can circle that whole swamp back in there. There's a lot of land. Well, you saw it. You done got a pin or two down there so you can always know where you're at, or pull it up and study the national forest, that kind of thing.
I kind of wish I'd have dropped a pin at the camp. And that way, if you was ever down there, I could just hit that on Onyx and hit directions.
I can drop you.
But you've got an address for there.
Yeah, so. 426 County Road 272.
Yeah.
All you got to remember is get to Paul Griff State Park and pass their entrance.
Yeah, I could turn your water on one.
Yeah, you know where to turn the water on. So you'll be all set.
Hopefully a little bit of work you done on the camper Sunday holds up.
Man,
these temperatures ought to help with that.
I hope. I'm just worried. I'm worried because if I don't fix it, I'm gonna have to take that air conditioner back up and do something different. I don't believe it's coming in around that.
I think it's coming in from that other spot.
Y'all don't know what we're talking about. I got a roof leak on my camper, and if I wasn't having to worry about spending some money at work, and then worry about maybe something else might come up down in Florida, I would I'd say screw it, throw a tarp over it the rest of the winter. And I'd pull that sucker out, and I'd have me another one sitting there next fall. That's what I would do.
Or we'd go down and build a roof over it.
It don't stop water from blowing under it. I guess you build it low enough, and I'd have to tear that porch off. Or tear the roof off the porch. I don't know. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my troubles. Let's talk about the hog hunt. So I knew where the hogs have been and were, and I get pictures of all the time. So we take off. What time was it? Probably 2:00.
Yeah, we got out of there pretty.
Because it's a 35-minute ride to where we parked, and then you got to walk. And we got off down in there. I carried in one of my. It used to be a secret spot. Everybody got worried about, I guess, where I hunt. They'd slip over there, follow my tire tracks, and do that kind of stuff. And then my son, I've carried him back in there. I've told him he could hunt it. And Johnny Sturgeon, he went down there with Christian one day. They trim limbs. Boy, I got on them. I said, don't be trimming no limbs past the main road. Because they did. They opened her up all the way down there that time. I said, boys, no. You don't want nobody to think they can drive in here. Because I don't drive down in there unless I'm retrieving a deer or carrying 150 pounds of corn or something. Or retrieving a hog.
150-pound hog.
So we got down there and I kind of showed you the lay of the land. I call it the turkey foot because it's got kind of 3 fingers, 3 toes. That right toe don't quite join, but I plant 2 of those fingers that run out. And I got a 15-foot 15 or 16 foot tripod set up down there. And I felt like, I just knew that was going to be that's the hot spot. They come in there. I've had as many as 15, 16 on camera come in. They tore my feeder up last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they actually tore it down. This is what makes you hate hogs. And they rooted it and I guess stomped on it. I don't know what they did, but they busted the barrel. And of course they cracked it with how they spread the legs out, pushing on it. I don't think they did that on purpose. They just, when you try to get 10 hogs up underneath it, they just pack it in there. But anyway, we've got that rectified, I think, with T-post. So I felt really good putting you in that. And I told you kind of where I was going to go. I was going to walk down that other leg, but I had a long walk. And next time you go down there, maybe we'll go that way and you just see where I was at. Because it used to be one of my favorite deer hunting spots back before they cut all the timber. And they cut all the way down. I got some swamp oaks. There's 3 or 4 good big ones right there. I noticed a few busted holes when I was walking in there because I went in. And I'll be honest, I went there not expecting to see anything. I just was going to bide my time, hunt. Who knows, a doe might come through or whatever. But, I wasn't thinking pigs, period. And I was down there letting you hunt because there really wasn't nowhere else for me to go unless I went down that right side and went up in the woods in the forest. Because as soon as you hit the woods over there, you're in the forest, which is fine. No, ain't nobody else in there. But I need to put a ladder stand down at that other end because when the wind's there, you could hunt it. But anyway, I left you. I went down, got in that stand, and I swear for me, I hadn't been sitting in that stand 5 minutes. I don't know how long that was after I left you, but
probably about 15. I mean,
it probably took that long to walk in there and then get up, kind of get settled down, setting, get my stuff out. And then I heard the hogs squealing. They'll get in there. I don't know what they do. I guess they root each other in the side and the butt and they'll squeal. Anybody that's raised pigs recognizes it because it kind of make your hair stand up if you didn't know what it was. I would think Sasquatch was down in there mating or something. I don't know. But anyway, I text you. You didn't text me. I said,
you text me.
Hear them hogs. And you did.
They were right between us.
And I just knew. I just knew they was. And I still think that might have been, we'll get to it. But anyway, I should be watching because I figured they'd be working their way around that feeder. I've seen them out in that, out in them cuts, just grazing like a dang cow.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet 5 minutes. Couldn't have been 5 minutes after that. I heard, and here come 2 hogs. I mean, right down the trail I walked. And one come out, and the second one come out. And the first one was bigger than the second one, and they were not really rooting, but they were got them nose under the leaves. They was hunting the rest of those swamp oaks, and there was a few in there. They was still, I don't know, probably a couple dozen up in the tree. I kind of had glassed up in there looking around. They might be faulty, but because they should have done fell out. But I had noticed coming in that it looked like an armadillo had been walking, because those leaves are deep. But I guess it was the hogs. And those 2 hogs come in, and I'm going to be honest with you. I went, man, I hate this. I'm going to shoot this pig, and he's going to think I put him
on the plug stand.
Yeah, I put you in the gar hole.
Mm-hmm.
And there I am down here where all the pigs are. And I'll be honest with you, I've only killed 1 deer and that pig in that spot in 20 years. It's one of my favorite hunting spots. Now, I had pictures of bucks come through there and that kind of stuff. That's why I always hunted it. But sure enough, they come on around. It wasn't 25 yards. The first one come out was bigger than the second one. So I laid it down. I thought, the whole time, listen, I've been posting these things, thoughts from the stand. I thought I recorded a thought from the stand, and that's what it was about. So I found out Monday morning when I'm drinking my coffee, I said, well, let me post that. It was a picture. I never moved it to video. It was just a picture of me. Well, actually 2, where I hit it again to stop. So, but I said, man, he's going to think I've put him in the bad spot.
Well, my thought was, since we heard them between us when you shot, I thought maybe that group was going to run toward me, push them out in the field. Because, I mean, they were definitely in between us. I didn't know exactly where you was at, but when you shot, then I pinpointed you, and I was like, okay, well, they could come running out at any time, that group.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't happen.
Well, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure those 2 pigs were the ones we heard.
I don't think so.
Because they were right behind me. I think they heard me walking in the leaves and thought I was another pig over in there, eating their acorns. Because, I mean, I had no more, got set down and kind of situated, a gun laid up on the shooting rail, So, anyway, I don't know what went on over there with you after that. I guess nothing, really. Bunch of birds. Oh, well,
I sat like this for 2 hours.
I meant to tell you, it's going to be bright.
I should have brought my sunglasses.
It's going to be bright.
Or my hat.
Because you facing due west.
Ooh, it was killing me.
That southwest sunset.
I'd squint one eye for a while, and then I got to where I was, kind of scanning all 3 fingers because, nothing was really going on. I'm like you. I thought, well, big doe or something may come across or whatever. But, yeah, realistically, it was pretty dull there until that coyote started howling.
Well, you should have known your luck was going to get better, though. The redbirds come in.
Yeah, I had cardinals all over me. My wife always says that's good luck.
I hear people say a redbird sits outside your window. It's a loved one. I don't believe none of that crap, but anyway, yeah, good luck, maybe. I don't know. I've seen them all year. I ain't had no luck down there.
And me too. I see them every time.
There's dozens of them.
Mm-hmm.
And later in the winter, the robins will be in there. There'll be 40, 50, 60 of them hopping up and down that field. So anyway, before the coyote howled, I had pigs behind me. And I know up in there where they live at, because there's a huge hog waller, or there was last year. I hadn't been up in there this year, and it's real mushy, and it was already muddy. I wasn't going to walk up in there. Started to climb down and sneak in there, and I said, you know what? If I shoot another one, he will really, because mine's still there if the coyotes ain't done eating. But anyway, they squealed and followed around for a little bit behind me. And then about, I don't know, 5 o'clock. Is that when the coyote started howling? Somewhere around then, a little before 5. He went about 50 yards behind me, but he was across the creek. Still on some property we got, but we can't access it. And you can take it from there, because I didn't know what you was hearing.
Well, I didn't either. That's thick. It's like a thicket, and so I didn't know if it was deer trying to move through, and then I got thinking it could be rabbits, moving in there or whatever. Because when that coyote started howling, that's when the movement really started in there. I started hearing stuff move, and then finally, I heard one squeal in there, like making a hog noise, and that's when I texted you and said, there's definitely hogs here to my left. They ain't come out yet. And feeder went off, and I just kept thinking they gonna pop out. Well, right there, pretty much dark 30, I had one pop out. I don't know.
They were probably 10 after 5.
Yeah.
Or 5 after 5. It was getting dusky.
It's getting dark 30 for my eyes anyway. But it come out kind of like what you're talking about. Either it was rooting or it was feeding just on the green field. But then nothing come out behind it, and it turned like it was going to go back in the woods. And I started getting lined up on it, because I was like, well, there's not going to be any more. Then it kind of started quartering to me just a little bit. That's when I decided I'd take my shot. So it hit the ground, and you text me and you said, did you kill it or something?
Oh, I said, well. All I said was, well, and a question mark.
Yeah. And I said, tango down.
Tango down.
So once again,
at least it wasn't negative, Ghost Rider.
which once again, I didn't know if it was a I just knew it was a hog. I didn't know how big. Didn't know if it was a boar. Didn't know if it was a sow.
You had nothing. No other pigs were there, so you had nothing to judge size. It don't matter. I wouldn't have cared if it weighed 5 pounds.
Oh, me either.
I want them dead.
I wanted to. That's what we went for, and I had never killed a wild hog, and I wanted to kill a wild hog, so it didn't matter to me. I was going to try to eat it either way.
Well, it ended up the best size hog for eating and sex hog for eating. I won't eat a boar. I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
I might have it. If I had my own stuff, I might have quartered it up and ground it up, feed it to the dogs or something. But I'm not. You don't know how many hogs I've drug over in that off that side. I killed 2 one time, one shot. Let them line up. I just drug them over there and let the coyotes and buzzards have them.
It's kind of
maybe
weird.
The hogs they eat meat.
It was kind of weird. The hog you killed and the one I killed, they about the same size.
Same size.
They were fat, man.
They were round as beach balls because I thought, man, mine looks pregnant, but she didn't have no milk or anything.
Mine either.
It's just I think they were fat off all those acorns. We had a bumper acorn crop and corn.
They've been eating you blind,
so they already taste pretty good. I mean, they've been corn fed since August.
I know the winch system I put on the buggy was nice. It saved our backs.
That worked out good.
I messaged that guy and told him that he's got a nice system, and it worked out great. We didn't have to put our backs into it.
No.
Didn't really have to touch it too much.
No, because they stink.
Yeah.
I mean, they smell like a pig. I mean, it's the only way I can describe it. If you ever smelled a hog pen or hogs in a hog pen, that's exactly how these things, and that's all they are. They're just, their hair's a little longer and their tail is straighter. They'll hang, their old tail will hang more like a dog's tail or maybe I don't know how to explain it. Ain't much hair on it except on the end, but it ain't curly like you see these farm hogs pictures and stuff. I read sometime they said a hog goes feral quicker than any animal on Earth.
Is it 9 days?
Yeah, something like that. His hair starts growing, his snout gets longer.
And the hair will actually change color, get darker and stuff like that. Which like that one big pig you've got a picture of, it bred with some kind of domesticated at one time.
Oh, I'm sure they're all.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell because you got the brown ones, kind of like we did. I've got black and white ones down there.
Real red.
Solid black ones. They're just all range of colors and sizes.
That white and black one, I was hoping that one was going to come out. That's one I want to pop.
Well, I was hoping that big old black boar, the one you can see is old tushes from the camera picture, you can see him outside there. That would have been a fine skull mount. And we'd have been sawing his head off down there. We might not have brought him out, but we'd have brought his head out.
It would have been done too.
But I'm glad
but we did bring mine out because my first one, I wanted to try it. So we went to your place, and that is a serious operation. That's probably one of the best set up processing places I've ever been to. And I've been to a bunch of them all over Wilcox and everywhere.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been using them since I got in that club in 98, 99 when I first got in. And I've tried other ones. They'd be one opened up right down the road. I tried it, and it was kind of, they come and go. I mean, I used one in Maplesville last year. They was only open, I think, 2 seasons. They didn't open back up this year. And I liked how they processed the meat. I just, that's a 7-day a week.
Oh, yeah.
12, 16-hour days, maybe longer than that.
And hard work.
Hard work.
Now, your guy, he's got it set up right to help the workers out there with the rail systems. And,
well, it's a drive-through, too. I mean,
that's what I love. I love the drive-through. If the weather's crappy, it don't matter. You pull in there, they drag your deer out. The guy comes to the window, what do you want done with it? Da-da-da-da-da. And you roll out, and, hey, the water hose is on the
he's
side
got a washing station
wash
out
your
there.
truck out. It was great.
So, yeah. And I've known, it's Chris Nichols. It's Nichols Deer Processing who we're talking about. Some like it, some don't. He's the biggest I've ever been around. When the other processors, Rut will be coming in real soon. Mm-hmm. Well, the other processors like last year, and maybe even the year before. I know, but since COVID, I think more people's out hunting, but the other processors get full and they close.
They have to shut down.
And I was talking to Chris and his wife And, once he told me, he said, I started to say no. The other processors call, can I tell them, bring them to you? It's like, well, if your operation ain't big enough to handle it, why should I take up your slack? But he was kind of like, no, yeah, send them to me because they might like what I do and start using me.
Yeah.
And he has a process. They gut them, cut the head and the feet off of them, gut them, put them on that rail, and they go in this monster cooler, and they stay 10 days. They hang with a hair on them for minimum 10 days, maybe longer if they're really backed up. But I forgot how many, 400 or 600 he said he could put in the cooler. That's a lot of deer.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all tagged with your name and what you want. Well, your number. And I guess when it gets to when it comes out of the cooler to be processed, it's got your number, and they pull your sheet of paper and they go from there.
He's got one woman there in the processing area. She's doing nothing but looking at your paper, and she pulls everything out and puts it all back in the bags to make sure that everything you asked for and all that is in there. So that's nice too. You don't have to worry about getting home and going, hang on, I got cube steak, but there's none here. I mean, and I watched her do that today.
It's a process, and they've got it down to an art because, like I said, the owner, Chris, his dad had the original place. And let me tell you, it was in a bad part of Selma. I'm just talking about.
Oh, that's not the original spot.
No, he's only been there. Oh, maybe since 2016.
You got to like that spot though. It's at the dead end. It's perfect.
But I mean, it was his other place was small. They took a lot of deer, but you had to just back in, drag it out.
Yeah.
They had a place out back where they hung it up and got it on the rail system, but it was real small. I mean, real small. And like I said, his dad moved North Alabama for a while, and he took the business over. Then his dad come back. I mean, loved him to death. We always visited. I always asked about him when I would go in there. And then he passed away a couple of years ago. I mean, I guess if you're going to go, you go quick. I don't want to, linger around. But Chris had told me, he said, he just got to feeling bad, and I carried him to the hospital, and that was it. So I don't know what happened, but anyway, Chris he runs a real good business down there. Some people don't like it. I don't know, because they process not hundreds of deer, but thousands of deer a season. And when you get drums full of guts and hides, I mean, now he sells hides. I mean, anything he can make the money off of. I mean, he might not make but $1, who knows, but 4,000 hides is $4,000, so, but it'll get a little ranky rank, and it's, it's going to be 75 degrees Christmas. If you got a dumpster full of guts, and he had to go buy property because now the gut, they would dog food processor. Somebody was buying all that crap, but because of CWD, they won't buy it no more, even though it's not in our county down there. And he told me he had to go get land so he could take a backhoe and dig it and bury all that stuff. So,
well, the landfill in Coleman, I actually take them. It's crazy. At Dodge City.
That's
yeah.
Never heard of it. They won't take them down there.
We used to take 55-gallon drums from the processing place I worked at, load the trailer up, go down there, dump them all out into our barrels, and come back. Now Craig and them's got they actually come set them dumpsters, and they come get the dumpsters with it in there.
Ugh.
They had a deal like you're talking about though. The company they were going through for dog food or whatever, they had those chill coolers that they'd bring out like they do at chicken houses.
Yeah.
And they would come in there, and the top comes off, and they dump them in the truck, but they would stay frozen cold all the time. But that fell through, so.
Well, I know everything changed when CWD come in. And, let's go down a rabbit hole. We'll get back on that. But, I don't doubt. I'm not a CWD don't exist. I did a little AI stuff today at work. It's a little slow. And I don't trust AI. You got to ask AI the same question 3 times, 3 different ways to get the real. And you also, my AI, I've got it set up. They're not allowed to go to Wikipedia because there's nothing real in Wikipedia. That's me and you. You know, we're allowed to go in and edit and so it's real biased if you go political and that kind of stuff, or even the CWD science and that thing. But anyway, CWD, chronic wasting disease, it's been around since the 60s, but now it'll soon be in every state sooner or later. But I started making it. I said, I want to see research on CWD, the age class deer, and numbers in areas that the population's decreased. Well, they started throwing up these reports. Well, you get in there and it wasn't just CWD. They say CWD related, hunting related. They'd add all these together, and then they go, the population of the deer here has decreased by point, whatever. Nothing was over 1% or 2%. But I just kept going. I do not want any studies or results that have anything not related to CWD. And there was a few studies, but the majority of them would throw in cars and all this other stuff. That makes the numbers higher.
Mm-hmm.
So after I got that, I said, what's the average age of a deer when it dies of CWD? Well, first off, it said CWD, they can contract it young, but it don't even start showing any signs, or they can't tell it until it's about 3 years old. And then it takes about 3 years. Guess how long the average deer lives in the wild?
6 years.
6 years. 6 years. So
it may or may not ever kill them.
Right.
That's
why
they're probably dead before then anyway.
And Wisconsin's probably been the most studied state. It's probably got more CWD deer than anywhere. Now I'm speaking out of my butt, people. I don't know that for a fact. I didn't ask what state has the most CWD deer, infected deer, but every study and all these things I was looking at, a lot of it referred to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And what got me thinking that is I hear Ted Nugent. He is a huge, this is a farce, blah, 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 blah thing. And I watched a clip with Steve Ranella. He had the turkey guy that does Turkey Tuesdays and all that, Chuck Chamberlain. And they were talking CWD. And Ranella said he wanted to, he wouldn't talk to anybody that didn't believe CWD, didn't believe in it, unless they would eat a medium cooked CWD 100% infected burger.
I seen some of the clips.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking, how many people's eat it already that don't know? I mean, I may have. I doubt it. I don't hunt in the area. I don't go in North Alabama where it's at. But a deer showed up down in South Alabama, way down south, right on the Florida line. So how many people, and it's never transferred to humans. So I'm thinking I might take him up on that challenge. Patty me up one. Because it's never jumped to humans. It's not like everybody wants to relate it to mad cow disease, but it's not. It's never left a cervid. So that led me to another rabbit hole. And this happened driving home. I listen to podcasts almost on my drive down, on my drive out. I listen from political stuff, hunting stuff, turkey stuff, of course. But on the Speak the Language podcast, and this had nothing to do with CWD or anything, but I realized they were talking ducks. And we'll talk about that before we get off. But they were talking ducks. And Lake Pickle, good guy, got to talking about the decline of mallards. Look at that old stink bug crawling up here. we had a stink bug in here. Probably just made him mad.
Now he's stinking this year.
But anyway, he was talking about the decline of ducks, primarily mallards, but you know, a lot of ducks ain't making it south, and you know, there's a lot of different things. And I do believe farming, nothing against farmers. I think their techniques have changed. But I don't know if you've noticed this, but every animal we hunt, big animals, is in decline nearly. If you listen, turkeys in decline. Are they? Yes. I truly believe something happened in the Southeast. Not so much out west and all that. You boys in Oklahoma can say what you want. I just don't think it's affected Rios and Merriam's like whatever's going on with the eastern turkey in the Southeast. I don't think there's a big decline in the North, New York, Michigan. Maybe there is, but it's not like it was here. And I truly believe something happened. And they'll say habitat. And yes, a lot of things have changed in the last 20 years. You saw where I hunt. Now, my habitat has changed on that 3,000 acres, but it backs up to tens of thousands of acres of national forest. They ain't out there cutting that forest. Nothing has changed in that forest. Do they cut timber? Sure they do. But there's swamps, there's hardwoods, there's pines. It's everything you would see in the south, in the southern woods, and it hasn't changed since 1998. I'm telling you, because I've been there. So what's happened? I don't think it's a disease. I don't think personally, my opinion, I'm no biologist by no means, but I think it's just a natural progression. These birds goes through a decline. The ruffed grouse goes through a decline. They know it. We hadn't had turkeys on the landscape long enough to go through these 20, 30-year cycles. Mm-hmm. But it just hit me that quail decline. Nobody really cared, though, about the quail until here lately. You know, I mean, it was like, quail hunters. And I agree, farming techniques and thick pine forest, has really hurt the quail. And then all of a sudden, turkeys, they're in decline. Yes, they are. But to me, it could be some farming. The farming's changed. There's no bugs in the field no more. They ain't going out in a soybean field, walking across it, picking grasshoppers up, because there ain't a live insect in them fields. They're sprayed. You know, corn. Now, they were talking about that on the podcast. You know, you don't get corn stubble no more. They're plowing it under. They're harvesting more. There's not a lot of waste anymore. So, yeah, and that could contribute, but I think, and they can say what they want to, I mean, about me, but I truly believe it's really being politicized, trying to scare people. They getting this money. I think people's heard it.
I think some of it's monetary.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And listen, turkey research has been ignored until this. And now they're getting lots of money, and I'm glad. I think they're going to find out things, they're already learning things that's not related to the decline. They're learning all kinds of just turkey biology and their life, how they spend it, you know, gobbling, hen's life. There's a great clip from the guy that's on the turkey science. What's his name? Marcus somebody or another. They figured out hens are declining. The hens. You need to watch. I've meant to save that video, send it to you if you hadn't seen it, but you'll pull it up. But I've been saying it a long time. I attributed it, though. We had all those hurricanes that came up through Alabama 10, 12 years ago. I think it killed lots of turkeys. And then we had wet springs. The hatches was terrible. Well, you think about it. You kill off a bunch of your turkeys, and then you have multiple years of terrible hatches. A hen, 5-6 years? maybe a little longer. I mean, I know even in the deer world, they live longer than 5 or 6 years, but some. But think about it. If you went 5 years with a low population of hens and bad hatches, you're even lower on hens. That's even less hens out there to lay eggs. And we already know what the nesting is. But it just got me to thinking, and they preach it. And I don't know the psychological term to it, but if you hear it enough, you believe it. You hear it. And I'm not saying it's not true. Don't take me wrong on that, but maybe it's not true and I don't know this for a fact, but I'll just use Oklahoma for instance. They've heard decline, that now all the hunters believe they're in decline just because they didn't hear a turkey gobble or they didn't see as many as they saw the year before. It may or may not be real, but until they come, and I don't think we're ever going to hear it, that, they'll never be settled, but okay, we know what happened, or this is just a cycle they go through, or we had a little disease or something happened. And I don't think we'll ever hear that because then the research dollars disappear. And personally, I don't want the research dollars to disappear. I want to know. But now we got ducks declining, we got turkeys declining, we got deer declining because of CWD, which they're not really declining because they're dying at 6 years old. Now, you might not eat them. And hunter numbers declining. Are they declining? I think that's the biggest farce that's ever been put out.
We see plenty of trucks.
I do not believe turkey or the hunter numbers. I know turkey hunters haven't declined. They have exploded. It was bad before COVID. All right, we've been going to the NWTF convention. I've been going for quite a while, many years, every year. What happens?
More bigger and bigger.
Bigger and bigger and bigger. There'll be 100,000 people there
Fire
this year.
marshal may shut her down this year.
I'm serious. I don't know how many they can hold, but one year it was 70, one year it's 80, then it's 90. I guarantee you there'll be 125, 150,000 people there this year.
When it takes me and you 45 minutes to get from the booth to the bathroom, just because we're going through people, we're not looking.
No, you're right.
It's a bad deal.
All I'm saying is I want somebody to show me, and I know they got it. I'm going to dig. Maybe me and Grok is going to get deeper into this. Show me the amount of hunting license sold in 1980 compared to the amount of hunting license sold. I want overall. I know these some states, well, even Alabama has a small game, but I want total hunter numbers because that's what they keep talking about. I don't believe the total hunter numbers have went down. Okay, there might not be I don't believe this, but there might not be as many deer hunters today, but there might be more duck hunters than there was. The numbers, or are they getting these numbers in a ratio of our population? So that's what I think they're doing. I think they're going, all right, there's 300,000 people. We only had 200,000 in 1980 or 210,000.
Right.
So we don't have as many ratio-wise hunting. That's what I think. Because I do not believe public land. I shouldn't say management areas. I'll just say public land. Everybody that hunts public land bitches about how many people's on it. Now, I don't hunt it a whole lot. And when we hunted all the public land in Kansas and Nebraska, we were there at the tail end of the season. So we didn't see many people. We could tell people had been there, and we did see some people. We saw boot tracks and we saw people because they walked across the cornfield in front of us in Kansas. And we didn't see anybody in Nebraska. In the Black Hills, I didn't saw their numbers. I mean, them people are griping about out-of-state hunters. And I think it's like less than 3,000 out-of-state hunters come to South Dakota a year. That's what it was before they went to, I think they're a draw system now. I think that's, if you hear gravel popping, it's my wife coming in from shopping. So I just don't believe it. Here I believe in Sasquatch, but I don't believe these hunter numbers are declining. I know we got that just hit me today. Decline. So what's next? Largemouth bass, they going to decline? I mean, doves, are they going to decline?
Well, and I mean, this is just my personal take on the deer thing is these people that refuse to kill a doe and help with the population, they are hurting the deer population more than they're helping. I mean, I get it. I got a lot of old school friends. When you shoot a doe, you killed 2 or you killed 3 deer when you killed her because she could have had twins or whatever. But they're plentiful, and that's how you help keep disease down. That's how you keep bigger bucks on your place.
Dustin, I hear guys all the time. If I don't get my doe before the rut, I'm not shooting them after rut because they might be pregnant. Well, guess what? If you shoot them before the rut, it don't make no difference. They're not going to get pregnant. It's the same thing. But, and listen, I was right at the tail end. By my first, well, I don't know how long we've had basically year-round doe killing here in Alabama, but when I got exposed to deer hunting, you couldn't shoot a doe. We had 1 week of doe season. Yeah. And before that, there might not have been none. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm an old dude. So in the 80s and 90s, you couldn't shoot does. And the DMP program come in and you know, they'd come in and say, okay, you can kill these does. And some of these timber companies come in and did their own studies and said, you got to kill 50 does or you'll lose your lease. So all these old timers, and I guess I'll consider myself old timer, but I don't believe that way. We were raised, you don't kill a doe.
Yeah.
Times have changed. You know.
Well, there wasn't that many deer back then.
People don't come out to look at your dead deer like they did in the 70s and 80s. There's deer dropping every day. I mean, we can kill in our zone 2 a day. I just don't believe, you know, the insurance companies, well, maybe they do have a little influence on it. I'd rather shoot it than a car hit it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather eat it.
Me too.
Than see one rotting on the side of the road.
Or give it to the hunter for the hunger.
Yeah. I mean, and kids, let your kids shoot them. I mean, like you said, you carry it to the processor and say, here, you know, most of them are set up with some feeding the hungry people.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
I've never had no trouble making a few phone calls and somebody go, man, yeah, I'll take it. Where you taking it to, or let me come get it?
My problem is, I get a lot of people go, kill me a deer this year. You know, okay. Cost $125, you know, to get it processed. Oh. Now, they took that cooler full of my last year's deer when I gave it to them. You know, that's so good. I won't get me one this year until they find out, you know. And listen, $125, and that's your basic ground, cubed, butterfly tenderloin, that kind of stuff. You know, you get all the goody stuff, you know, the black and blue burger, sausage, summer sausage, yeah.
You can
snack sticks.
You can rack it up on them snack sticks and summer sausage.
I'm really worried about what my bill's going to be. I had that whole buck made into snack sticks.
I had a whole doe done last year, and I even paid the express fee, and it was a little less than $100. So,
was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
And the express thing was $20 or $25.
Oh, no, I'll be fine. And I thought it might be $300 by the time I got done.
Which now you will have skin and gut.
No, surely they ain't going to charge me to skin it, are they?
A lot of places do now.
I mean, Nichols they don't want one in the cooler. It messes up their whole program because one of the new guys quartered one up and carried it down there, and he went, we'll take it this time. Don't bring one back in a cooler.
Really?
They do not. No, he won't take them. It messes up what they're doing.
Well, you know, in a lot of these places that are smaller, they want cooler deer. They love it because they can store more of it.
Well, he's got a system though at Nichols.
Yes.
I mean, somebody wanted to really start, and we don't. I guess Brothers would be the closest to a big operation we got up here. Everybody else, I've never carried many deer other than weavers, but I've never carried many deer up here because most of them didn't know what they were doing, and they ain't lasting. You know, they're fly by nighters. I mean, got one over on 278. It didn't last but a couple of years.
Or you got a guy like Brown over there by me. He's got a set number, and that's just all he can do because it's just him and his wife helps.
Oh yeah,
him
no, and that's fine. But if you can't count on them, I mean, my dad's killed the deer, my brother, and you start calling and nobody take the deer. Now that don't mean you can't cut it up like we used to. I used to always cut up my own. Now I find I get more meat if I let them do it than when I was doing it. Now I didn't have cubers and grinders and all that. I was just cutting up stew meat and, you know, steaks and that kind of stuff. But what's the other one over here?
You got Miller's.
And I mean, he's got a certain number he can take. Unless you tell him you got a good buck and he can mount it, and then all of a sudden he's got room for it. So, but I'm going to fix and throw a stone. That joker, he quit one year. He just stopped. And a deer it cost me, I would just say if it cost me $150, it cost me $300. That's the last time I went to him. I ain't going back to him. He made the same money with half the deer because he quit. Because I liked to crap when I went in there. I said, I didn't get nothing special. Nope, that's the price. When I picked it up, it was because he wasn't doing no more. He was going to make the same money. So he mounted that one buck in there, and he did I call it a C+ on it. I wasn't impressed. And that might have been some of me at the pose I told him. I don't think he wrote it down right or something other. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I mean, my brother still carries deer over there when he can, but most time you call, he's full. I don't know how many he can handle, but I do know you get all of your deer.
I've never been to his facility. I am on his Facebook page.
No, it's a pretty nice place.
But I'm saying I see where he's full. You know, can't take any more.
And he's got a great business plan because he processes deer all winter long, and then he mounts. You know, you're not going to get your deer back. I don't care if you kill it October 15th, first day of season, you ain't getting it back for months and months and months because he don't start on them until season's over.
That's how Mr. Brown does.
And I don't get in a hurry anyway. I'm not going to now, you know, you and I know a deer that I'm hunting, whether it's here or south or wherever he happens to be, but I will mount that deer if I kill him.
Yeah, that one's going to have to go to my guy down in the valley.
Well, I mean, it'll be a special.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know. I was looking at Carrie Marsh. You said that last one.
Well,
she did a beautiful job. That last buck she did.
I'm not used to Carrie being a taxidermist yet, so yeah.
And she's doing great work. She's doing feather art now.
Yeah, I knew that.
So, you know, I may get with her if I kill a decent turkey.
My daughter's going to do feather art this year.
Oh. Well, there she is. Who was that come in a few minutes ago?
She's been just sitting here top of the hill for whatever reason.
Oh, is that what it is?
I could hear the car idling right here beside me.
I don't know what
she could have been on the phone or something.
Whatever.
I don't know.
You know, when you think
she could have been fixing her lipstick for you.
You think you got them trained? No. She knows we're recording. I told her. She probably did it on purpose. Oh, did you listen to the wife's episode?
Yeah, boy, they were enthusiastic.
I know it, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Nah.
You know.
Well, you're going to have to just get that liquored eggnog again next year. They talked a little more. They got a little more loose. What we're going to do,
I think, is we will get over here early, have a dinner.
A cocktail series.
Yeah, or just get over here early and maybe have some hors d'oeuvres and a cocktail hour. You know, maybe wine and cheese and bourbon. And so, yeah, I think that we get them loose.
Some Baileys for my wife. Baileys. She don't drink wine.
You know, I had her Baileys in here last year.
Oh, yeah, and I seen her dip into it.
Oh, yeah. They always
was a little more talkative.
Bring that in here. Then,
she was a little more talkative then. Yeah.
So. Anyway, I got off subject on. I don't even know what we were talking.
We were finishing taxidermy.
I haven't used. Is it brown? your guy, on processing, but I will. But taxidermy on that. If I kill that deer, he'll be special because he may be the last one I ever mount. I mean, he would definitely be the biggest one I've ever killed.
See, and I'm done unless I kill a big 4-point. If I kill me a monster 4-point, he's getting mounted. I just think it's crazy how, like that 3-point I sent you a picture of today, I just think it's crazy. Maybe that's all they ever been. Maybe they're going downhill. But when you see one of them stud, like 4 points, you're like, yeah.
Well, they're just like humans, though. We're all different. We're all different.
Yep.
I mean, can you genetically breed a better human? I guess you could. If it was legal.
They are deer anyway.
Well, I know. They're doing deer. I mean, they do it to cattle.
Yeah.
Horses. I mean, yeah. So,
can't they clone your dog and bring it back now?
Well, it'll look like it. It won't be the same dog.
I'm sure that's cheap.
That's like being freeze-dried. I used to tell them all that's what I wanted. Just freeze-dry me. Don't worry about burying me. Freeze-dry me. Stick me in the corner like a cigar Indian or something. Let me just stand there. Hold a highball glass in one hand and bottle of Crown in the other. I mean, these people, I guess I'd be all right till I got wet. I don't know. With freeze-dry, I don't know how that works.
I don't either. It'd be freaky, though, walking in at night and you'd be stuck over in the corner.
Hey!
Weekend at Bernie's every day when you come home.
Holding my pot call.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was going to bring that pot call out here to you. Let me throw and I know we are legacy people, but let me tell you something. Long before legacy came around, well, I guess our first trip to Texas is where I found out about the JT calls, that ceramic.
We were trying to find a good sounding ceramic call.
And what was our guide out there? What's his name? I don't see much on Facebook no more. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, crazy. Yeah. Hayden Hollingsworth.
Hayden Hollingsworth. I knew Mr. Never Forget would know. I'm going to keep you around because I can't remember nothing anymore. So, but he had that call and I ordered one and I broke it. It didn't break on its own. I sat on it some. He sent me one. I done killed turkeys with it. I had the other one. I've had it for years and years and years and years and years. And it was damaged beyond repair. I'm just going to put it like that. And I sent him an email and all he wanted to see was a picture of the call. So I sent him a picture of the call. I had it. I had one on my phone. Several weeks went by. I think you even asked me, hey, did you ever get that call or whatever? And I'm going to send him an email. So I found his reply email. Well, actually my reply. And I said, Jake, no rush. Just, I thought maybe it's duck season. They're in duck calls and that kind of thing. And I said, any status on this? And immediately got an email back. There's, oh man, I forgot all about it. I'm sorry. It's in the mail. I got it showed up, shipped, paid shipping. All I wanted was to call. I had a striker. The striker's right over there.
Really? You just asked for a sound or a piece of ceramic.
Yeah. Yeah. So, nope, sent me a whole new call again. And I like it. Don't get me wrong. I think Legacy Ceramic, I didn't know back then. I didn't deal with Legacy. William builds a fine ceramic call, but I'm just giving props to this guy because he could have said, man, I've already warranted it one time for you. Buy another one. And I would have probably I'd probably replace it with the Legacy, but that just tells you the goodness. I mean, a good company that stands behind what they say. And of course, I don't know if I'll buy mouth calls from him.
No.
You didn't watch it all the way through, did you?
I watched the whole thing.
You didn't see at the end where he didn't ship them calls.
Really?
Yeah. No.
I must have missed that.
Yeah,
I was
at the very end. He said he tested every mouth call, and he did. He got that one, and he put it in all. He said this guy ordered
ceramic and 3 calls.
3 calls, and he put that mouth call in, and he blew and purred and clucked. Oh yeah, that's right. And he just dropped it into the clamshell and packaged it up. And then he got the other 2, did the same thing to it, and then right at the end of the video, he said, "Man, I don't do that." He said, he said, I'm going to get tons of emails about people going, "Oh my God." He said, so I'll know how many people didn't watch this video to the very end.
I must have missed the end, very tail
end. That's what he says.
You know, another call that Hayden, remember that headhunter, a red slate he had out there? That was I didn't even know about that guy. He makes some beautiful calls too. He's out of New York.
We need to reach out to Hayden.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he went through some hard times.
Maybe I'll reach out at Christmas.
It is Christmas.
Yeah, maybe like tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
You know, I hope things got better for him. I wish he'd get back into guiding.
Oh, me too.
And because I do want to go back out. If we can't get him, I want you to get a hold of our other guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on that ranch anymore, though, is he?
Mm-mm. But he's got his own places.
Okay, well, because we are going back to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting.
We're going to go out there and bow hunt Cuz's place one of these days.
Oh, out to, what is that called? It's on part of, what was the King Ranch? Not King Ranch, Bush. No, it was a big deal anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, what's that called?
I can't think of it right now, but we're going to go try that one of these days.
That's reasonable.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But he does turkey hunts.
Yeah, I know.
But even cousin them had a little tough time out there. Turkey
hunting. Ray Charles can kill him.
Well, I know, and that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on that Ray Charles, hunting. I've yet to see it anywhere I've went. Even South Dakota, when I killed in 15 minutes, I didn't see a flock of them. This was a lone Merriam who he was lonely and looking for love. But as y'all can tell,
he met a Frankie.
And I still got the little video partial of it. Yeah, it's getting there, people. I can't stand it. And have you noticed? Everybody's flipping. I've seen more and more turkey content.
Yep. Facebook, even TikTok. I noticed Instagram. Like it's starting to, I was watching nothing but like deer videos, and now all of a sudden my feed is becoming a little more turkey orientated.
Turkey.
Just slide right in.
Yeah, they're right on in there. I'm seeing more houndstooth commercials and posts.
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you. I was going to get us one of those Russell Andrews gobble.
Oh, the gobble things?
They don't come out till February. I bet he's going to introduce them at the NWTF, probably, and there won't be one to find.
And William, listen, you don't have to sell them. Build us one. He was supposed to build me a fall call, mouth call. Sound like a more of a deeper, a gobbler clucking call, but he never did it. I'm an elite pro staffer with him.
I'm not.
I know you're junior.
I'm just pro staff.
But you got all the everybody, come see us at the booth at the 50th Wild Turkey Convention this year, National Wild Turkey Convention, and ask Dustin to demonstrate any call you want. He's going to have a necklace of these things on. Have him blow the coyote call, and then maybe get him to do the coon squaller. Get the grunt.
Maybe you won't hear that owl.
Get that owl call. Yeah, he's going to have a whole necklace of them. I wasn't good enough to get one of those, which I'm glad. I'll be honest with you. If you notice, me and Roger, we ain't got that stuff. Only the ones that
you are a squirrel guy.
I do the squirrel calls. I can do them. I can make them babies. I can sell the squirrel call. I can sell that misleading call because I bounce them across the concrete.
Well, I can definitely sell the ceramics.
Yeah.
Every time me and you, we always clear their ceramics out.
Always.
They sound
always.
Good.
Well, and they work them when they're wet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best part about them. Plus, he has the striker.
Wet Willie.
Wet Willie. I want to call it P. Willie Wick, but that's a whole different. That ain't even a turkey call. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting to try out my new owl hooter I got over there.
Just because Christmas so well now, there's still plenty of T-shirts.
Oh, we got T-shirts,
NWTF.
people. We're waiting. We'll have them at the NWTF. If William lets us bring them out, but if he wants me to work, he'll let us bring them out. If Roger can sell a damn book, I think we can sell a T-shirt. Since he don't seem to put much stock in clothing.
We'll put one on Roger and we give him a freebie, he'll sell.
And I've got a clothes rack. I'm carrying a rack with us. We're going to have our own rack. With, it don't have to be a big one because all we got to do is, we got it. Let me get it out of the box for you. That's a demonstrator model. Because I hope we don't have any to sell.
I hope we're putting another order for a new design or maybe more of these.
Oh, there's a whole new line going to come out here before long, and it's not going to have nothing. It's going to be all hunting related, but our wives have had their chance. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell y'all the name of it or nothing, but it's coming. It's going to come. And if I get retired one of these days where I can really concentrate on it, it's going to be a full line. We're going to have a full line of clothes, hats,
maybe even some shorts, underwear, condoms. I don't know. Hey, I wonder if we could sheepskins.
Well, can we get them? Can we get them colored in Bottomland? Oh, we might get kicked out. Me talking like that. Sorry about that, Bottomland.
No,
Mossy Oak Pro Staffer.
I'm just curious to see if Light Boots shows up with Mossy Oak at the NWT.
I've been hearing it since the day they come out.
I think they will.
Well, I wish they would make a Croc type shoe.
They need to because
they're using the same material.
And Croc apparently don't want to sell enough the Bottomlands because you can't find them.
No, sure can't. Well, we have rambled on here.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas Eve for us. It'll be a couple of weeks into January before this one comes out, but I'm sure you got things to do. I know you had a migraine yesterday, so I don't know. You going home did you lay out anything for your jerky or no?
I forgot all about it.
Oh God.
I was too worried about feeding my little animals and us working on that Chevrolet.
Oh yeah. We didn't talk about the Chevrolet, but hey, if you got a 2014 to 2018 Colorado that's the heat quits working in
with a blend door problem,
call us. For less than $2,000, we can get it working for you, more than likely. Apparently the dealership can't do it because I think they must have read the paper. They just didn't use the proper repair item.
Yes.
Well, I say that. We'll see how this one works for a few days first. Because that one, when I got it back from them the first time, when they charged me $125, whatever it was, plus I had an oil change done, so it was more than that. But it worked for 2 trips to Birmingham, and then it slipped. If it slips again,
I know what to do.
I'm cranking her down.
And I've done figured out I could take how to fix it without having to take everything back out too.
And I'm going to tell you something else. If that don't fix it, I'm going to put me a wire in there and I'll run it up to the dash where I can open and close that dang door myself. So apparently it's a big time issue that could be fixed for $1.60. And your labor, of course. And I should have took a picture of it, but Dustin, he looked like he's doing yoga crawling up under that steering wheel and under the dash.
That was a back bend.
Hey, I told you a year ago you wouldn't have got in there. That extra 100 pounds. I know, but I mean, it'd been tight.
I'd have just hurt real bad too.
And everybody that don't ask Dustin if he's got cancer or anything. That's what happened to me when I lost a bunch of weight. Just pat him on the back and say, boy, you're looking good. Got to get him jogging now. We're going to start running, getting in shape for these mountains and hills we got to climb during turkey season. We're going to load up. We're going to put the guns, our totally heavy vest with our guns, turkey chair, and we're going to take off from here. We're going to go around, up the mountain, around, up to the shop, stop, catch our breath, and run back down here.
I'm going to come up with me a better way to tote my chair if we're doing all that. I'm fixing gun strap or something.
I thought you had a gun strap on yours. Been on your chair.
Mm-mm.
You had I thought you put one of those.
I do on my old Tom.
On your old Tom. Oh, we're talking about the Night in Hell?
Night in Hell.
Yeah.
But the old Tom be easier to train with because it folds up and be easier to train with. It's probably heavier.
It's probably heavier.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, all right. Well, anyway, we thought we'd just cover the pig, which you did get a lot of meat. You will. You still thumping that stink bug?
I hope it's the same one.
So maybe in a podcast or two, we'll talk about what you thought about the wild pig.
Yeah.
And the meat, the flavor.
We're going to start tomorrow morning at Christmas breakfast.
Well, I'm getting a ham out when I go downstairs, and I'm going to smoke a ham tomorrow and Christmas Day. That's what we're going to eat.
That'd be good.
Now the grandkids are coming tomorrow, supposedly some of them. I get to see some of them. I might go up there and set him a little blind with him.
I was about to say it'd be nice. You got to go to your dad's night?
Yeah. Oh, no, that'll be tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, I will go tomorrow.
You told me that day. I was just about to throw this on you, and then boom.
Yeah, I forgot I got to be there between 12 and 1.
At your dad's?
Yeah.
Don't you have to pick Lily up between 12 and 1?
That's Christmas Day.
Oh, it's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Christmas Day. The holidays, folks. Gotta love it.
Got to roll with it.
Hey, just when you think it's over and not going to be much fun no more, grandbabies come along, and they're better than kids. I heard it my whole life. I didn't believe it. You won't give one iota about your kids no more once grandkids come along. I mean, yeah, you might take a hose pipe and put them out if there's on fire, but rest of the time, grandkids. Sugar them up. I've sugared them up so much they puked in the car going home. I have. Anyway, all right. Let's get out of here. What do you say?
Yep.
All right, buy a T-shirt. Buy a T-shirt. Message us. Call us. We'll ship. We'll deliver if you're close, or you can come right here. All right. We'll see you guys in about a week, and take care of your trees because that's where the turkeys sleep.